and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 82 of the 9 to 5 Fitness Podcast. This intro is becoming, I can do it in my sleep now, Gab.
That's good. I hope that I don't have to take over one day. I'd be no good.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be in trouble. Maybe we can get you to do it next episode. No, you'd be sweet without you, mate. How are you? How'd you sleep?
Mate, really good. Mood is good. I slept well. I've been sleeping like an absolute baby thanks to the birthday present that you got me.
Oh,
actually.
What was that?
So if you know on this one. If you're a fan of the Barefoot Investor, you would know, like, number one thing he says to invest your money in is the Dunlop pillow.
Yeah, it's like Dunlopillo or something.
Dunlopio. Yeah. And Louis got me the last one in stock, and I've been sleeping on that every night. Yeah. And mate, head hits the pillow and I'm out like a sack of bricks, and it is just an absolute delight to sleep on. So thank you very much for that gift, mate. Really appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. And you know what? I love those gifts because it's thoughtful. There's like a bit of rationale behind it. You know, it's meaningful. It's not like someone just getting you a bottle of whiskey or something, which I just don't really appreciate. It's like you actually put thought into that, and there is a huge amount of utility in it. Fantastic.
I'm so glad you liked it. I wanted to get you like some kind of fashion item, but I have the fashion sense of like a year 10.
Yeah, leave it to the tech
or a
experts for the
10-year-old
fashion, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. So just avoided that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Are they expensive? Because like it's hotel quality, isn't it?
Yeah, about $100, but I feel like it's a good investment.
Yeah. I think you got it. You said on sale.
Yeah, $100 on sale. It's like
you need to get one for yourself, mate.
I will.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it. I'm looking forward to it.
Anyway, we're not here just to plug the Barefoot Investor for the whole podcast. How are you and how'd you sleep?
Good. I'm glad you remembered. I'm good. Really good. Feeling good. Body's a bit cooked at the moment, but feeling well in general. I slept really well, so that's what matters. Yeah. Actually, no, to be honest, I slept shocking, but
I went to Mcdonalds before this.
Yeah, what's that about, mate? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I was talking to my brother, and I was like talking about how good Chickfila is. They got the frosted coffee, which is where they get like some black coffee. I think they put like some ice cream in it, and it's whipped around. The most perfect texture, sweet, delicious coffee ice drink, and it doesn't even have that many calories in it. And Seb's like, oh yeah, just go to, my brother's name's Seb. He said, go to the McDonald's and get a coffee frappe. And I got it, and it's completely garbage. It's got nothing on Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, okay. So don't get that one then.
No, and it's probably got double the amount of calories, to be honest. And it's just like ice cubes. It's
I remember
horrible.
I had a one of those, a frappe before footy training once, thinking I'd be fine, vomited everywhere, because it's just pure milk and ice cream, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's something about the Chick-fil-A one though. It's like the most perfect texture, and it's delicious. They give you a nice thick straw to get it all up. I literally,
bit of girth to the straw.
Bit of girth, mate. Doesn't hurt. And you know
wrap your lips around.
What's with McDonald's giving these paper straws, man? Like I got the paper straw. I was sucking so hard, dude. Yeah. Nothing was coming up.
Yeah, it's painful, isn't it?
It's like it's
and
just
they
a huge
disintegrate
vibe killer
as well.
It's a vibe killer, and it gets soaked.
Yeah.
It's like, mate, this doesn't mix well.
It's like you're sharing a dart with a bloody...
and it's like snapped or something. Anyway,
feral.
We got big issues to attack this podcast.
Yeah, I've got a few things before we get into that. Yeah. Firstly, if you are listening, we need you to rate the show 5 stars. I don't think we've talked about it in a while.
No, we haven't. So there should be a good flurry of...
If you're driving, you're listening to this right now, then pull over and do it. And if you're about to fall asleep listening to our melodious voices, wake up, prick. It's time to bloody earn your...
Come on, big boy. Come on, little boy.
We need you to earn your stripes.
We're on 1.9k ratings, which is, that's good territory there. We're up there with the Nelk boys, up there with all the other big ones with Joe.
We'll take that. The other thing is I've been getting a lot of intel lately that this podcast is easy to listen to. That's like why people listen to it, which I love. Yeah. Today, though, dial in.
We're not making it easy to listen to, mate. We're going to make it painful.
This one's going to be painful. Should we get into topic one?
No. What else did we have in the intro? Oh, yeah. Birthday. You enjoyed dinner?
Loved it. We went to Nobu.
Yeah, it was good. Just a local Japanese joint around the corner. Got a bit of sushi.
It was nice sushi as well. Probably the best sushi I've ever had.
Yeah, favourite part of it?
The sushi.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it would have been the casino after.
Oh, actually, favourite part was probably the Long Island iced teas we were ordering on the double.
Or having prees beforehand and Higo coming out with a plate of 14 espresso martinis.
And the concentration on the lad.
Yeah, just whacked on the Amex card.
Yeah.
Probably would have cost him $400.
No idea.
I'm like, mate, it's like 6 p.m. and you just ordered all this. That was funny, as, but But those sushi platters, man, they were something else.
The food in general is just fantastic. We had a lot to drink, or I had a fair bit to drink.
Yeah.
It honestly it's thrown out my week, not going to lie.
Oh, really?
Just pushed everything back like a day. We're obviously worth it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Just one day, like drinking on a Sunday, week gone.
Because we don't usually drink on a Sunday. In fact, I pretty much never drink on a Sunday. But,
Holy day.
when boss man says we drink on Sunday...
We drink
on Sunday and it tools her down.
Tools down.
And we had fun. We had all the mandem there. It was, the convention of Sigmas. It was great.
It was fun. No, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
A couple of legends there and good to get it done.
Yeah, and I actually gambled my first money ever in my life after it too. And I think that'll be the last time.
It was fun. It was like you were my son and I was showing you how to do it.
I just turned 18.
Yeah, and so you hopped on on the slaps.
Yeah.
The little Mexican man.
Slaps. Yeah, no, he was Chinese, mate. He was Empire something.
Oh, Empire, sorry, wrong one. And you got up.
No, well, I lost money on the slaps because Hugo was like, put another thing in. And I was just like, yeah, right. Went down. Then I put the remainder of what I had on roulette. Got up $50. So, and then
you called it.
Then I called it. I'm like, I've made money here.
Good memory.
Got nothing less left to prove.
So we're ahead of the casino.
Yep.
Good stuff.
We beat the house.
You been watching much porn lately, mate?
I don't know. It's a trap, bro.
Honest answers
It's
only.
like when a girl asks you, do you like Andrew Tate?
Or star signs.
Or star signs. It's just a trap question. How do I answer this?
Nah, if a girl asks if you like star signs, say yeah if it means you're going to get some.
Yeah, mate, I'm giving her the whole spiel on how compatible I am with her star sign.
Leo.
Even if it's complete cap.
I have no idea, yeah.
But have I? Mate, I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah,
no
well,
comment.
It's one of the topics we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Apologies for the vile intro, but we're going to tackle it.
Yeah, do you know Twitter allows pornography?
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people comment on like our videos and stuff saying make the Twitter.
Oh, what the hell?
Because it's like free OnlyFans.
Oh,
Is
well,
what
why
I was
would we do
getting
that if we're not getting money for it?
Yeah, they're clearly not overly
They're not
business-minded.
business-minded, mate. Nothing for nothing here.
If I'm showing my pecker, I need a fair bit.
Yeah, need over $4.95 a month per person.
Yeah, US.
So what do we want to chat about this, I guess?
Well, I suppose let's like so porn.
Yeah.
Pornography. It's we spoke about this in an earlier episode when we were little infants.
Episode 3.
Yeah, good memory. And it actually did pretty well. Like it got a lot of great response and so on. And I suppose we're kind of we're a couple of gym guys, shouldn't be talking about emotions or trying to improve yourself.
Well,
but
you shouldn't.
Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah.
That's lame. But we're going to on this podcast. And porn is something that I used to indulge in when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like I think most did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to, like a day at home when you were sick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know there were kids who were absolute fiends for it and they'd be known around the school as absolute fiends. I was never like a fiend for it, but I think I did it kind of the regular amount that a hormone raging boy at that age would do. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, was there any bloke who didn't?
I don't think so. I remember at Clunes there was a guy who had never, like this is year 9 and he'd never wanked.
Yeah.
But he was a bit behind the mark.
I think my first time was year 7, I reckon, when I was about 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I would have been about the same, but I took so long to hit puberty that I wasn't. It wasn't fully working until.
Yeah, well, I think there's a thing in the body where, like, even if you tried to when you were younger, nothing would happen. I don't know if that's facts or not.
That was me for ages. Yeah, grim.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I remember thinking, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like porn was so like natural and like spoken about and just so chilled. And then I think as we got older, you start to realize it's actually not all that beneficial for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. At least for me, I was always very aware, or not. I suppose now I'm consciously aware of like the slippery slope you can go down with it. But I don't think it ever got out of hand with me. But I think for a lot of people, it does get out of hand. I don't even know what to speak about on it. It's just like, I know there are some pretty serious ramifications if you do get addicted to it.
Yeah, I think one of them is like that thing of expecting, like if you haven't had sex before and then you're watching all this hectic porn, and then finally you're
Johnny Sin's going to town.
Yeah, and then you get called into the ones and you're finally going to have a crack and you're expecting it to be a circus.
Yeah.
You're going to be firstly disappointed, but you probably, you know, I don't know, like it's an unreal expectation.
Yeah, I mean, eight times out of 10, you're getting like a starfish kind of setup, and there's not a whole lot going on. You gotta
figure it out.
You gotta be Leo Messi and make the magic happen in the box. Like,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's a good point. It's a great point. So yeah, I think that's one of the bad sides. Obviously, the other is like addiction. Like people can get so addicted to it, especially if you start like chasing that serotonin release.
Yeah,
you know, like I feel like that's like that.
Yeah, it's true because facts is like every time you bust one out when you're watching some Mia Khalifa or something, you know, like there is that serotonin release. And correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I think the more and more you do it and like you don't space it out, like it gets less and less. It's like, give me another hit. Come on, I just need that little serotonin release or
you're chasing it.
Something. I don't know what the neurotransmitter is, whether it's dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, whatever it is, but it's one of those ones and you're getting that release and it's like each one becomes less and less and you're chasing it because it's like, you know, if I bust one out now, I'll get just an ounce of happiness, something like that. So it can become very, very addictive. It's kind of like vapes or something like that.
Yeah, so true. Interesting what you were saying about like there's always that one guy at school or something that you remember who was like obsessed with it.
I know exactly who that was.
I can think of it straight away. School. And they are so bad with girls.
Really?
Yeah, like just useless.
I think the guy I went to school with, at least who we knew, I don't think he's the worst. And everyone was like surprised when he started seeing girls and stuff. Or getting with girls and whatnot.
Interesting. Well, that just debunks my idea there.
Who was it out of...
But yeah, what do you think about watching it in a relationship?
In a relationship? Well, I mean, I've had a few relationships and I've still watched it. Like NGL fam. You know, there's times where you might go a week without seeing your missus or whatever, and a man's got to do what a man's got to do. You know, there's all these people like no FAP, semen retention, all this stuff. Bro, I'm just going to be angry if I do that, to be honest, bro.
Yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah. It's like, you know, in the Wolf of Wall Street when Matthew McConaughey is like, and you got to get those numbers. There is an element of that because if I'm just built up, you know, pent up aggression like that, bro, I'm not going to be able to concentrate.
You'd be shocking to live with as well.
Oh, so bad.
Be pissed off.
And I genuinely don't think there's any benefit to holding that shit in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I mean, power to you if you want to do it.
Yeah.
But I totally understand like a porn cleanse and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, 100% like a dopamine detox or whatever. But I personally think as long as it's not like a full-blown porn addiction, Larry Wheels, blowing all your money on cam girls and it's just like some stuff you're hiding in the relationship and it becomes a little bit how you going and you're watching some weird kind of setup.
Yeah.
I think like it should be fine. But I'm also, you know, a privileged white male perspective, you know, respect my privilege. Maybe people think differently.
Yeah, it's so true. It's a great point. Do you still watch it?
No, well, hang on. I want your opinion. Should it be allowed in a relationship? Is it cheating?
I think it should be. Yeah, to an extent. I don't have an issue with it personally.
I remember this girl messaged us or asked the question like asking for a friend or whatever, but it was clear her boyfriend was addicted to porn and in the relationship, and she was pretty attractive herself. So it's like,
brother,
what's going on here, mate? You fumbling the bag?
Classic. The stories we could tell. Hang on a second.
So you think it should be allowed?
Yeah, I think it should be allowed. I'm fine with that. I don't have an issue with it.
But we're also not girls.
I know. Yeah, it's true. And I mean, it's the same as going to like a strip club.
Yeah. Well,
like I've been to a strip club a few times and it's like it's just, I mean, it's pretty boring if you ask me, but
as Hugo would say, here's one for you, mate. Here's one for you.
Yeah.
Your girl, she's addicted to... No, not addicted. She just watches it every now and again and she's doing the business.
Yep.
Got a few, you know, items that she's using and whatnot.
Yeah,
taking your job off you.
No, we work together.
And she's watching it.
Yeah. What do I think?
Yeah, what do you reckon?
I'm all right with that, I think.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's a bit of a reflection of the lack of effort I'm putting in.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a good opportunity to reflect. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Again, I think it depends. Like, what are you watching? How many times? There's all sorts of variables at play. If it's just like full blown addiction and some real weird stuff, I'd be like, fuck, who am I dating, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
it's true. Well, I feel like that would translate into the bed.
yeah, 100%. And you know what? There's been like, whether I'm seeing a girl or in a relationship, and there's lots of action happening during the week, you're getting lots of volume in. I'm not even watching that stuff at all.
Yeah.
I remember going like months without even watching it because, you're getting so much training in during the week.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel less inclined to.
Yeah, well, mate, I got nothing left to give.
I'm empty.
Yeah, I'm empty, bro. This is a genuine thing here.
Getting the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so with that, are you still watching it? Do you still watch it? Like,
well, at the moment, I'm just like, I've not seen any girls at the moment because I'm Sigma grind set, and it's another side quest, side story thing. But I basically just I've had some bad experiences, and I'm not enjoying it at the moment, and so I want to space away from it and not let my energy be sucked up by little clout chasing girls.
yeah.
And I want to focus on the current business projects and content we're working on, but that's a side quest story.
Yeah, so that's in regards to like girls at the moment, like you're not going to see
I've
girls.
just kind of been put off by, and had some and I think it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But at the moment I will indulge every now and again.
Yeah.
What about yourself, mate?
Yeah, I'd probably less than ever, but I still sometimes indulge. And I feel like the only times I would is like if I'm just bored.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just like, like I got nothing to do.
I reckon like the nightly routine, help fall asleep, like it's kind of decent. Yeah.
Help fall asleep's a big one. If you can't get to sleep, that's like number one tip.
Bro, yeah.
Work one out.
And you know what I used to do sometimes is like if I was struggling to sleep, have a few tugs of the vape. Devil's advocate here is busting one out healthier than smoking.
It is.
Smoking a bit of nicotine, smoking weed.
Yeah, it's healthier.
Is it healthier? So long as it doesn't become addiction.
Yeah.
What do we reckon? Any doctors in the chat? You want to provide your opinion?
Yeah.
Let us know.
I reckon it's healthier.
Yeah.
Because it's a normal thing to do.
I also saw something, could be complete clickbait Facebook rubbish, but it said men should be ejaculating 21 times a month for health reasons. So it's just like you're exercising the pipes.
Yeah, literally. I feel like the thing of what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought.
The thing about the thing.
The porn
Yeah.
is not good, but it's okay if you're not going to get addicted.
Yeah.
Is what I was going with that.
Yep.
Also, like watching it, helpful to get to sleep, which we've already covered. And then also sex drive is the first thing I lose if I'm sad. What about you?
What are you asking me?
Is sex drive the first thing you lose when you're sad?
Honestly, I feel like I can't really pinpoint a time when my sex drive has not been
Really?
there. There's been times when it's been really high, but there's never times where it just goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe so. I think the worst scenario would be when like I'm bored of my missus or something like that, and you need to like just to reset or like something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. Certain porn though, mate.
Yeah.
Some of it's brutal. Like I think when we talk about porn in terms of like, have you watched it lately and that kind of thing, it's like in regards to just like normal kind of run of the mill homepage porn
type setup.
Yeah, everyone's getting paid properly. It's a good transaction.
Yeah, I'm just clicking like what's most popular in the thing. It's pretty mainstream.
Exactly. Some of the harmful stuff, and I reckon you can go down this rabbit hole, especially when you're younger, is like just like some real hectic stuff. Like that culture of like smacking each other up, like they're belting each other, and it's like a couple of big-bodied midfielders going head to head. And
sometimes on the recommended feed there is like a video title or thumbnail. It's a bit how you going, and you're like, geez, who's watching this stuff?
Yeah, move on from that.
And I think it's a thing like you shouldn't fetish shame or whatever, but surely there's got to be a line.
There's got to be a line, and I think it's so harmful because like it's teaching, especially young men, like the wrong thing.
Yeah, because it literally, I think that's why a lot of them have disclaimers on it, where it's like, at least a friend told me a lot of them have disclaimers. Yeah, number one inside joke. It's like they're actors.
Yeah.
This isn't. you know, you're on a date for the first time with a girl and you go to a place or whatever, don't pull out
that move.
360 no scope.
Harnish, leash.
Yeah, melee
whip.
attack. Don't pull that one out.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be Yeah, you could get in a lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. And we don't want that. And yeah, I think that's like infesting young men's brains, especially. The other thing is like steroids and stuff. Who are we? Oh, I think it was Derek from More Plates, More Dates was talking about like when he was on Tren or like his mate.
No,
his mates
it was
were
a story
Tren.
on Reddit.
Yeah, right. Someone was on Tren and they were turning into like trannies and stuff.
Yeah. So I think Tren makes you like so like your sex drive goes so high. This is like kind of the mechanism roughly.
Yeah.
Makes you so like your sex drive so high where like you keep, you know, trying to exercise that, right? And so you keep looking for something that's more and more stimulating. So you go for like some sort of level or category that's even more insane and use that one up. So you need the next one, something more crazy. And it got to the point where the story on Reddit was this guy who had resorted to like sleeping with transvestites, I believe. And like he'd gone that far. It's like,
and he was just like a straight
and like, no hate if that's what you're into. I just personally wouldn't go. Yeah,
kink shaming.
I don't want to shame you, but I think that's a bit. I don't want to say further from the norm, but I also do want to say that.
I got a personal question.
Yeah.
Have you ever like had a girl over or something and like first time and they've like suggested something to you and you've been like, well, no, like I can't do that.
I'm gonna have to recollect here because I often forget.
Yeah. I don't think you would have told me. I can't think of anything straight away.
I know you have.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about yours first?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? What did she suggest?
Nah. So essentially, I was seeing a girl or whatever. It was one night thing, and she essentially suggested the old whipping out the harness and getting into pegging, which wasn't well received by me because like I'm not.
Doors there.
Yeah, get out kind of thing. Nah, and I'll be like, so what happened was it was like, what's the craziest thing you've done? And I was like, oh, I've done this thing. He was like he was prime, like thought it was real cool and funny.
Yeah.
And then, which was a threesome, by the way. And then she whipped out fucking pegging.
No, we don't want to shame.
No, not shaming. But it did get me questioning things like, in the world of pegging, what happens... What position are you in are you in doggy or are you in missionary? Like, do you have your legs up and are they staring into your eyes with their big harness strapped on? Like, they'd look like a fucking rock climber with their helmet on and their harness and they've got a Trojan thing at the end of it. That's question one, is what position. Question two, write in if you have answers to this. Question two is imagine... you were getting pegged and like I walked in or like your dad walked in or like it would just be
awkward. I'd be leaving the country, mate.
I think I'd be leaving the country. Yeah. I feel like that's about as hectic as it gets.
Yeah. Like the only one for me that really comes to mind is some girl starts like using her teeth. I'm like, bro, who told you that was good? This is like sandpaper, brother. And I immediately, I know some people are like, they're a bit scared to speak up when they don't like something or they're
you're
a bit
really
scared
good
of giving
that.
feedback. I just tell them straight up, who told you that? That is not good. Like, stop it now.
Yeah, we got to end that.
Yeah. Or like people biting lips.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they bite it really hard.
How?
It's like, bro, what are you doing?
How?
What the fuck? I hate that shit.
I had someone start choking me once. Like, no. It's not this. That was reverse, mate. No. The other one, a while ago we were talking about this and you brought it up on a podcast but then shut it down really quickly and you were like, I might tell it another podcast. Well, I think this is the podcast. The time you had a girl over and then you were like, you had sex.
Yeah.
Then you were like off to bed and you're like, this just isn't going to work, love. You got to get out and leave.
Oh, yeah, just the post-nut clarity.
Yeah, what happened? Give us the story from start to finish. It's a cracker.
What do you mean? Like...
No,
I just went to a club. This girl started dancing with me and, she asked me to take her back to her place. She ended up, like, we go home and she's like, oh, no, like, my roommates are home. So we just went back to mine. And then, you know, I slept with her. It was all good. And then she's like nuzzling up to me to cuddle, fall asleep, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I'm going through a million miles an hour in my head, thinking, I just cannot see this through. Like, it was like 3 a.m. as well. I was like, you got to go home. Like,
how'd you say it to her?
Well, she was like there falling asleep, dozing off, and I was just staring at the ceiling, like heart rate 150, going, I can't do this right now. She needs to go. Like, nothing against her at all. It was just the state of mind I was in.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get her home, like post-nut clarity hits. And I spent 10 minutes trying to muster up the confidence to say, and I said, hey, you need to go home. It's just like, what? She thought I was kidding. And I'm like, hey, you need to go home.
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Get out.
Look, literally, it wasn't you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me, babe.
Yeah, it was legit.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, what are you? And she was so annoyed.
Oh!
So annoyed. Anyway, I drop her home because I didn't really...
you dropped her home.
Yeah,
How's
I didn't
the car
really
ride?
drink that much.
Yeah. How's the car ride? Was there much chat?
I didn't really care, to be honest. I mean, I got to look after number one at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All's fair in love and war.
Yeah.
So I got her home and she texted me like, I hope you make it up to me. And I just didn't text back. It was just, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, basically. You can leave a Google review. I probably won't be very good.
No.
But I got to take care of number one at the end of the day.
You got to think about yourself.
Was there anything more you wanted from that story?
Nah, that's fantastic. I think it's brilliant. But you, mate, in the position you're in now, you got to start watching yourself in terms of getting bad reviews. People could start spreading things.
I know. Yeah, whatever. If they want to leave bad reviews, whatever. I'm looking after number one and I'm getting my bread up. So you can...
yeah, it's fair.
Whatever.
I think it's so fair. That's gold, though.
Sometimes I've done the most selfish shit. Or like... Before this might be a bit TMI.
I think we're far past that,
might get cancelled for it.
Yeah.
I used to like really, really care about, you know, if the girl like orgasms basically, and I always make it number one objective. Now I'm just like an efficiency thing. I need to go to bed. It's like, bro, I'll bust in 15 seconds if I have to. I remember one time like I had a girl over and Higo was like to me, no, I can't say it. Anyway, next
story. Yeah. Nah, it's good. Well, I mean, you do you.
Yeah.
I always have a crack at trying to keep him happy.
Yeah.
You
Waste of time.
Always do what you can.
Yeah, they'll break your heart anyway, mate.
You'll block each other one day.
Favourite porn stars?
I was just about to say, speaking of porn.
I beat you to it.
I can't. I don't really have an alliance.
Because, you know, addiction, don't get addicted to porn. But I feel like we can also appreciate the really good performers out there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the porn awards.
Yeah. Number one. Hey, I normally go for like a bit more of a less high production. I find the high production to be a little bit too fake. Like, it's just so obvious.
But these days you do have emerging stars in the kind of amateur scene as well.
They've got their own A7.
Yeah.
It's almost like us with a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, we could just start porn.
What?
No, like, we've got all the facilities for it. It's like, it's high quality production, but it's still kind of like a homemade setup.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So yeah, I'm more of a low production kind of setup. But what about yourself? Do you have any particular names that you...
it depends what kind of mood I'm in. But I mean...
Go to?
Yeah, you know, your classics, you got like Yolanda Rhodes.
Yeah, really?
I think she's an all-timer. Personally.
See, the first thing that goes through my head when I see her is like, she literally gets like 10 million views a video. Like, you and 10 million others are watching.
For good reason. Because she's good at what she does, mate.
Go where the locals go. It's like eating in a...
Mate, don't be out here trying to search for some hidden gem that hasn't been proven.
I like it.
Yeah.
So Lana Rhodes, number one?
No, not number one. I'm just naming names, bro.
Yeah. Do you think... is she still going?
Nah, I think she quit, bro.
Yeah.
Rage quit.
Yeah. She got the kid and left.
Yeah.
She dipped.
She got the bag, started an NFT project.
Smart, to be honest. Yeah. Do you have? I can't think of any names really.
Bullshit,
Maybe if
mate.
you rattle someone.
Like,
No, genuine. I can't. Can you?
well,
give
now
me
you're just
some?
going to make me sound weird because
No.
I actually remember their names.
I'll-
I care about them, bro.
Wait, just quickly. You know, a weird thing I do is check the comments sometimes.
Oh, that's the first thing I do on every video. And usually it's just bots.
I'm so insecure that I'm like, oh, hey, nah, I don't know if it's worth me wasting 15 seconds to check if this is any good. Like, I've got to check what they say.
Yeah.
And then if they say something like, oh, the guy was breathing too loud behind the camera, then I'll like tune into that. I'll like watch the video about, oh my God, he's breathing so loud.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah,
Another
names.
one, a Bella Danger.
Ooh.
Do you know her?
No.
Are you... Mate, you are... What is wrong with you?
I don't really look at the names. More of a
Bella Danger.
more of
No,
a
I'm going to look
visual-
it up for you.
Yeah, find her.
Because she's a jet. She's
Really?
so good.
I love it when they're passionate about their craft as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, well, of course, if I look it up on Google, all sorts of weird stuff's going to come on.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, you know this one, a Bella Danger.
Mate, I don't know her. Oh,
Surely.
yeah. I think I have seen her.
Yeah, all sorts of
She's
stuff's coming up on Google images here that we can't share. A Bella Danger, mate, unreal. Highly recommend.
Okay, I might give that a go.
Yeah,
I'll give you a review. I might drop a comment.
yeah.
What about sites? You just go number one, just straight
Just
for pH?
number one. I mean, just dime a dozen, whatever it is, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same.
Yep.
I think I went through a bit of a stage of like cam girls. Not paying. You never paying.
All right, bro. You do you. Have fun.
And transvestites.
Yeah. What about OnlyFans?
I've paid for it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1
For
month.
How many different?
Nah, just one.
Just one?
Got interested.
Yeah. I reckon there might be more there, mate.
Not worth it, to be honest. What
Yeah.
about you?
Nah. Actually, haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got stitched up once because it said like $5.99.
Oh, and then she boosted it up to 60
Nah, it was
bucks.
$5.99 US.
Oh, yeah.
It's smart.
And the transaction fee and all that.
Yeah. By the end, I'm out of
Yeah.
pocket by $100.
Anyway, I want to switch topics so I don't dig myself
Oh,
too
really?
much of a hole.
Okay, what do you want next?
Uh,
Hey, this is people normally say our podcast is just an easy listen. I think hopefully this one's been a little bit more difficult.
yeah,
And
we're
they've
getting there.
been on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, just uncomfortable the entire podcast.
Long pauses.
Very uncomfortable, awkward.
Stay awake.
Do we need to do a product plug, mate? What else do we have left to sell, man? Everyone's already bought everything.
Pre-order.
We got nothing left. Yeah, we're doing a big apparel pre-order. We had a few messages from people going, when are you sending it out? Bro, we said in bold, very clear letters, 2 to 3 weeks. And, allow for an extra week just for, supplies sometimes take a bit longer. So we really do appreciate you guys staying patient because it is just me and Louis here manning down the forts and sending out hundreds of apparel orders and having to manage supplies and things like that. So, and, unforeseen circumstances do happen with it. Like once we got a shipment down and half of the shorts were all saturated and people had already ordered and it was just a big deal. So we really do appreciate you guys staying patient. We have big plans for the apparel, to be honest. And we appreciate you guys just buying all of it. I know the Sigma singlet, it's like sold out pretty damn quickly.
We haven't even got them yet.
Yeah, we haven't even got them yet.
Leave
So,
one for us.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get that, man.
Yeah. So if people want to pick things up, the pre-order's still open.
Pre-order is still open. I don't know maybe not all the sizes are in stock, but see what's there and you can use code podcast, which will get you 10% off. We check every order. We really appreciate those huge orders from you guys. Some people spend $300-$400 on the site, which you don't know how long that goes for us. We want to buy a new e-scooter that goes 85 k's an hour. That stuff's expensive, guys. We got to pay taxes and stuff, so we really do appreciate all the money you give us.
Think about how good the content would be if you're going 85 k's an hour and then come off it.
Yeah, so if we get a new place, I want to get a quad bike and start popping wheelies on the street in front of the neighbours and pumping music and just we're in the hood. So I think if you guys want that kind of content, keep buying our stuff using our codes.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for the support. We really do appreciate it.
Yep.
We did actually sign a new lease. I'm not going to go into it, but it's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Downgrading
into a closet now.
Yeah. Go, lads.
Keep the roof over the head. Oh, which I forgot to mention.
I did. Oh, no, I didn't because that'd be chopped.
Well, at least we mentioned it there.
Well, we mentioned it there. topic 2, getting our body right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we've chatted about the locker room, porn, all that kind of stuff. Very, very funny. But at the end of the day, we do like to provide a bit of value. And it got me thinking, Louis. I had a running session with a coach today to clean up my technique.
Yep.
And he's the one who also cleaned up your running technique.
He did.
Now, if you guys don't know much about Louis, he's always... You've played footy most of your life, haven't you?
Yep. A whole life, yeah.
But you used to get injured a lot, didn't you?
Ridiculously injured. Just and all just body breaking down slowly. Nothing I'd never do a soft tissue. I just constant groin issues, constant back issues.
Tell us a little bit about it, mate.
It's relentless. I think I was playing Div 2 VAFA footy, which is not not the most physical, and I was just kind of still growing up and stuff, and I had the worst groin. I'd throw my back out literally every second week. Didn't have to train so that I could play, and I was 19, 20, 21, which is just ridiculous at that age. It's just so unnecessary. And then you started getting coaching with Josh, your powerlifting coach.
Yeah.
And you gave me his number, and obviously he's a sports and exercise scientist, and he's changed my life.
Yeah, so it was osteitis pubis, wasn't it?
Yep. So through my left groin, and then also scoliosis for my back.
Yeah, the reason I bring this up is because I had a session with our physio the other day, and you haven't seen him in months. Yeah. And that's because your body's been in such good nick. And I remember... You were the one who started seeing him first, and you would go and see him every 2 weeks because you'd always have something wrong with your groin or your back. You need an emergency appointment, and spending all this money on physio. And mate, you haven't seen him in months. And I was like, "What the dude? Coaches put physio out of business here because he's fixed you up and you're not getting injured anymore.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?" And it got me thinking. There are genuinely debilitating injuries like that could just be fixed. Coach was saying today. There are kids who should be making it pro, but either they don't have the resources to invest in themselves to clean up their technique and stuff like that, so they don't get injured. And it's mate, so when you were 19, 20, you were playing pretty low level footy, and getting injured every game, just body breaking down. Now you're playing at a much higher level. You have a way more key role in the team. You're running way more, and I haven't heard any complaints other than maybe getting a big hit from someone or a big scratch from someone.
Always going to happen.
Yeah,
mate, 100%, and that's all thanks to what I've learned, and then also putting in the hard yards behind the scenes. And thank you for noticing it for sure. Also, this year with footy has just been so much bigger hits and stuff, very physical. Which I haven't had in previous years, so it's been good to be able to kind of get through it and not keep getting injured. I suppose
it's definitely been your best year for footy, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I still feel like I have so much more to give.
Weren't they even making jokes at the club "Oh, we didn't realise you were actually decent"?
Yeah, a lot of people said that to me.
Yeah,
which always happens when you bring out the beers. "Oh, I thought you were shit."
Yeah.
Which is a bit awkward because I was making TikToks. They probably thought I was such a dickhead.
But now they're "Oh, yeah." So all that plyo and all that work you're putting in the gym is actually paying off.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And it can work for you guys at home as well. I just feel like you need to do your research and find things that work for you. And not to change topics or anything, but I'd see this is what kind of annoys me about there's so much negativity around influencers giving advice, which I understand we shouldn't give advice and we don't really give that much advice, to be honest. But because there's kids out there who don't have the resources to spend $150 on a coach per week, another 150 on a physio, so on.
Yep.
We're the first source. It's free information that we're handing out. Yeah, I make a TikTok. Yeah, I fuck up every now and then and give the wrong information. But at the end of the day, it's free resources to kids that don't necessarily have access to what we have access to.
I don't think do yourself like that. Most of the stuff you say is pretty damn general. It's go, if you want to get fitter, try running at this pace and taking this break. That's pretty damn general. It's not if you have an XYZ wrist injury, you should be doing this and that in circles and twiddling your toes. It's bro, it's pretty damn general, the stuff we do provide. It's maybe you should be doing some lateral raises to build up some muscle to take bigger, like, I don't know, it's
100%.
pretty damn general.
And it's so easy for a coach to sit there and say, or like, you know, someone who's got all the degrees and stuff to say, no one else, unless you have a degree, can talk about fitness or your body.
It's like, well, bro, no one...
Well, then stop charging $200 a session, mate.
Yeah, literally.
Start
like,
giving free advice.
It's not accessible whatsoever.
Yeah. And even their form of producing that content is just
it's 14
shocking.
minutes and they've got no idea how to create like something engaging and palatable.
Exactly.
No hate to them. We don't want to shit on the industry or whatever, but there is like this circle jerk of like people just preaching the science and saying, no, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, literally.
It's like some of the stuff isn't that deep, to be honest. You just got to go gym and lift weight and sleep and eat food.
Pretty simple.
It's pretty damn simple, and do like the specific exercises that'll help you.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's not that deep yet. I mean,
know.
I don't want to hate on anyone for having a degree in it, but...
Yeah, and power to you if you have a degree, but I just
Yeah.
feel like it's such an easy thing to say. It's like, no, you need to go to a S&C coach. Like,
Dude,
it's like, mate, not everyone can afford
I remember
that.
like getting hate from people being like, do you even study this stuff? It's like, I never claimed to have studied this stuff. I just claimed to like be jacked and lift weight. But if we're going down that path, mate, like I don't want to do like an ATAR competition here or who studied econometrics at Monash Uni. But no, I just sound like a dickhead saying it. But it's like, mate, the stuff that I've done in uni, it's a bit more than like which muscles this and...
But
like,
also on top of that is like, we've almost done a degree in terms of the research we've done. Like we've done extensive research.
I was like
into
doing this stuff alongside my university studies, just like researching all the academic journals about, you know, which supplements are best to take, what's most effective, which movements, like how much sleep, all the nutrition and things like that. I was doing that while I was at uni, like using their journals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like, oh, dude, I have Cert 3-4 in Tupperware container ship. What do you have? It's like, bro, to be honest, like a 97 ATAR and a 2 degrees in econometrics with honours economics from Monash University.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's what
Like,
it is.
I don't know how bicep work. I don't know, bro.
Just
Whatever.
lift
If you
it
think, yeah, don't buy my powerlifting program.
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to like turn this into like a we're down bad kind of thing, but I just thought it was interesting. Like, it's just another perspective that like not everyone has the money to spend on coaches, and like we're so fortunate that we do, and we have an incredible coach, and we kind of translate a lot of that stuff into our content and the things we are paying to learn.
And there's also like some people who don't understand like the business. We're the face of the business. That doesn't mean we do everything. We've got a whole team of qualified professionals behind us, dotting every T. I mean, crossing every T and dotting every I, and making sure everything abides by the science. So we're the face of it. There's a bit more that goes into it than that.
There's more.
Yep.
You dogs. What else?
I just think it's remarkable that like you've been so injury free all through that.
Thanks, mate.
And that's like athletic program things. I think 2.0 will have some of that extra goodies in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never pushed my body so much than what I am at the moment. Like I'm running for a half marathon, and then I'm also like doing heaps of weight training, trying to stay jacked and relevant.
Yep.
So now's a good time to get on board.
Fantastic. Do you want to hit them with those sponsors?
Yeah, I do. Tomorrow Skincare. Should we start with them?
Yep.
I love Tomorrow Skincare. They're the best. You guys know they're the best. They've supported us from day one, and their products are elite. They are such good quality. Every little nuance of the product is just like the best. Like even their bottles have this special thing that pumps up when you pump out, if that makes sense, which is just really cool. And then the actual product you put on your face is
I didn't
elite.
realize like how scientifically good they are, because in this meeting with like Ginnivan, one of the directors of the company, he was giving like a full scientific spiel to like manager Ginnivan, and because I was on the table, I got it as well. Probably wasn't really for me, but it was the first time I heard it. I'm like, bro, there's a lot that's gone into this. Like everything's patented, everything's this and that research, like kind of the new age breakthrough technologies in skincare. That's what they're putting in.
Yeah.
And so it was just, I wish I should get like more of the scientific information off of there, but it's just like the most goated stuff.
Yeah, that's elite.
A lot of people asking like how long does it last for? I'd say like 2 to 3 months, because that's a big concern that I didn't realize people had. How long does it last for?
Yeah, of course.
2 to 3 months if you're using it 1 to 2 times a day, I think so. And I believe that comes out to like $1 to $2 a day for your skin.
It's pretty good. And I feel like you just, like if you buy the Essentials collection, which is what we have, the 4, you just like sort that area of your life out. Like I love ticking boxes in my life, and one of them is skincare. It's like just tick that box, get it done, move on.
Yeah, we love that. And of course, if you guys do pick up anything, you'll be supporting us if you use code NTF, and we absolutely appreciate that if you guys do use it.
You get 20% off. Next up, we got Manscaped.
We do.
I used the crop exfoliator last night.
Any good?
Elite. My balls have never been so smooth.
You haven't used the new boxes though?
Not yet.
I have, and they're amazing.
Really?
I've got 3 pairs of them. They've all got really cool patterns, and they're way better than the old ones. The old ones were pretty mid, but these ones are insane. And I'm going to ask Bossman for more pairs because like underwear's expensive.
Yeah, it's great. Cool.
So I'm just going to ask Bossman for a bunch of Manscaped underwear.
Yeah.
Apologies to any girls that may be around in the future. I'm going to be rocking Manscaped Boxes 2.0 because they're Anabolic AF.
What's your process? Let's say you've got a girl coming over and you're full like gorilla mode, like you haven't taken care of your nuts in a while, and then you got a girl coming over in a couple of hours. What's your process with the Manscaped equipment?
Not too thorough, mate. I just grab the lawnmower 4.0, give it a whack over. Takes 18 seconds, to be honest with you. Just get rid of the shrubbery, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you ever throw a bit of like the deodorant on there?
Oh, yeah, 100% if it's date night, something like that.
Bit of the moisturiser?
Yeah, a bit of the old... Yeah, love that.
So peppery on your
probably
nuts.
take a bit more care of my quads, if anything, for the old shaver. They get a bit more love. And then what comes secondary to that is the upper area.
Yep. Your family jewels.
Exactly right.
Carrying the bloodline.
Yep. So if you do want anything from Manscaped, use code NTF for 20% off and free shipping.
Great work, mate.
Yep.
You're flying. This has been a good podcast. I feel like it's been a bit of a funny one. Kids will like this one a lot.
I love that.
Don't you reckon?
I wasn't going to say I love kids because that's weird.
That would be weird. You're not allowed within 2 kilometres of a school though.
No,
so.
calisthenics.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Tune in next week. We love you. See you. Bye. Mwah.